think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists, but they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
I respect everything everyone is saying to me, and I don't want to fake apologize. I'm very upset about that people are misunderstood what I was saying.
It's not good for anyone, and it's not good for poor folks. It is not good for y'all because you become slave fodder. It's not a good thing. It's not good for women because you are now being told and dictated to, and you can't say anything because they, throw you in a jail or whatever.
Think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists, but they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years. I respect everything everyone is saying to me, and I don't want to fake apologize. I was very upset that people are misunderstood what I was saying. It's not good for anyone, and it's not good for poor folks. It is not good for y'all. Because you become slave F. It's not a good thing. It's not good for women because you are now being told and dictated to, and you can't say anything because they throw you in a jail or whatever. The camera snaps on the room, falls deathly quiet, and there she is, Whoopi Goldberg, blinking rapidly, lips trembling, clutching the edge of the table as though it's the only thing tethering her to reality. Because guess what, this time the tea have flipped. Whoopi Goldberg isn't the sharp-tongued queen of The View throwing out hot takes and dishing out opinions like they're sacred truth. No, she's in court, and the reason Karoline Leavitt, a young, fierce, unapologetically outspoken conservative powerhouse, has done the unthinkable. She dragged Whoopi into the courtroom and made her answer for every single word, and trust receipts were dropped. What started as just another heated exchange on daytime TV spiral into a full-scale legal nightmare. Now the tears are flowing, the masks are slipping, and Whoopi, she's cracking under the pressure. But before we break this meltdown down piece by piece, do yourself a solid, hit that like button and smash subscribe, because this courtroom drama is exactly the kind of madness that keeps the gossip mills running. Just subscribed, you're a legend. Now let's get into it. It all kicked off the way it always does on The View, a circle of co-hosts, a controversial guest, and a political jab wrapped up as a discussion. This time though, Karoline Leavitt was the target. Joy took the first swing, casually mocking Karoline's political rise as if it were nothing more than a result of her appearance. Then Whoopi joined in. If you don't have anything to say, you blab, you just go on and on and on and on and on and on. And Whoopi scoffed, calling Karoline's success nothing more than a product of wokeness, and right on cue Sunny jumped in, waving it off as just another case of white privilege at work. They laughed, the audience cheered, but Karoline, she didn't flinch. She sat in silence, took it all in, and days later she fired back, not with a Twitter rant, not with a headline-chasing interview, but with a legal grenade that sent shock waves through ABC. Most people in her position would have clapped back online, but not Karoline. She played it smart. She combed through every clip, every quote, every smug remark, and built a case so airtight it couldn't be ignored. Then, with her legal team at her side, she dropped a defamation lawsuit so staggering it made front-page news. $800 million. Let that number sink in. The suit didn't just name Whoopi Goldberg, it went after Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and the entire network itself. The allegations: character assassination, targeted slander, a coordinated media campaign designed to crush conservative voices. And here's the real game-changer: Karoline wasn't looking for revenge, she was demanding accountability. Her legal team made that crystal clear in a fiery statement. This isn't about politics, it's about principle. No woman should be publicly dismantled for daring to have an independent voice. I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past. Now, I'm sorry guys, we're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much from your time. These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right, ABC should wake up. Boom, just like that. This wasn't just a lawsuit, it was all-out war. Fast forward to this week, the courtroom is packed. Whoopi Goldberg steps in, oversized sunglasses shielding her face, her expression unreadable. But by the time Karoline's legal team is finished laying out their case, the cracks start to show. Witnesses say Whoopi visibly shook as damning footage played clips of her mocking Karoline's intelligence, her looks, even her accent. Then came the bombshell documents, emails, call logs, internal producer messages suggesting they knew they were pushing Karoline's buttons, keeping the cameras rolling for maximum humiliation. The weight of it all hit hard. Whoopi reportedly leaned over to whisper something to her attorney, then dropped her face into her hands. During a recess, she wiped away tears. The transformation was staggering, from unshakable TV icon to an unraveling defendant caught in a media firestorm of Her own making, and Karoline, she didn't gloat, she didn't smirk, she just sat there calm, poised, silent, but her silence spoke volumes. Bang, Roman, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point, courage, detail, you want receipts. Karoline didn't just bring a few, she brought the entire ledger. Her legal team unleashed a firestorm of evidence, months of footage, transcribed segments, internal show notes, proof of a calculated, deliberate takedown. Then came the smoking gun, a leaked document. Allegedly instructed producers to exploit Karoline's youth, push her on the defensive early, and steer the conversation into hostile territory. The courtroom fell silent. Legal analysts were stunned. This wasn't just petty television drama, it looked orchestrated. When pressed about the documents, Whoopi tried to sidestep, claiming she wasn't aware of every production decision, but Karoline's lawyer didn't miss a beat. Ignorance isn't a defense when you have a mic in front of millions. The words cut through the room like a blade. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Whoopi's face paled. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, ABC is reportedly in full-blown crisis mode. Executives are scrambling, reviewing Whoopi's contract, weighing the legal fallout, and asking one brutal question: can the show even survive this? Insiders whisper that advertisers are quietly pulling out, ratings are slipping, the network's PR team dead silent. Once untouchable, Whoopi is now radioactive, and according to multiple sources, ABC isn't just considering an exit strategy for her, it might be prepping for the end of The View altogether, because if Karoline wins this case, the shockwaves won't just hit one talk show, they'll shake the entire industry. They liken President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him, they have shamed him, they have lied about him consistently on their show, and it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people. While Whoopi crumbles under the weight of the courtroom battle, Karoline Leavitt is proving to be unshakable. Her steady, fact-driven approach has earned her a wave of respect, not just from supporters but from unexpected corners. Social media is on fire. Hashtags like justice for Karoline and media accountability are dominating the conversation. Even some of her former critics are acknowledging the moment, applauding her for standing firm against a media giant that many argue has operated without accountability for far too long. Karoline isn't here to play the victim, she's here to set the standard. Whoopi Goldberg, who raised a few eyebrows using the Bible to support the idea of kids getting gender change surgeries. Take a look. This is a party that says we believe in parents' rights. You're telling me that as a parent I'm not smart enough to decide if my child and I need to have gender affirming. Our doctors are not involved. What is going so I can't decide what my kid reads. I can't decide for my child what my child says is going on. Why? You're telling me your beliefs. Sure, and they keep saying it, and I keep saying, what Bible are you reading? Yeah, 'cause God was really clear. Very. So what happens next if the court rules in Karoline's favor? The fallout could be massive. Whoopi might be forced to issue a public apology, pay millions in damages, and perhaps the biggest blow, step away from The View entirely. The fate of the show itself is hanging by a thread, but beyond the courtroom drama, something bigger is at play. A line has been drawn. Karoline has sent a clear message: media power doesn't mean immunity. Even the most influential voices can't escape accountability forever, and if this case is any indication, the era of unchecked on-air takedowns may finally be coming to an end. Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly they should seek immediate help now. It's your turn to weigh in. Did Whoopi Goldberg go too far? Was Karoline Leavitt right to demand accountability? And should The View be held responsible for its hosts' words? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you think, and before you go, don't forget to hit that like button to support bold reporting and subscribe for more exclusive updates, because if Whoopi is already unraveling in court, trust me, this is just the beginning.